the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. So Ohio State's offense will have first crack at this one. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups, high-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your record is. This offense comes out, and they are trying to embarrass you.
Well, running wide open down the gut of the field. There he goes at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
What a way to start this game offensively. Find the matchup you like, you put it in his hands, and he does the rest. The defense looks like they were sleepwalking out there to start this game. One play, they go the distance to score a touchdown. This defense better wake up.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Troy's offense will take the field for the first time. It's Horn. Oh, they're after him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That middle linebacker just wanted it more, man. He came right up the middle. He was able to beat, cross the offensive lineman's face, and work his way to the QB.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Looking to throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Got a man. It's White. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 14, and that's the way you find some room to operate. It's 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. He throws one to the left. Makes a grab on the shot. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State, the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They'll try to convert on 4th and long after giving up that big sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's the...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
Incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Going right to work up top. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Caught over the middle. It's Davis. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. And they fail to hook up on third down. The offense failed to convert on fourth down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Making side adjustments here. Dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Off the play fake on first down.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And the Trojans decide to punt it away. Bring it out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got time. They've got the lead. And David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it. So, Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The play-action fake. Fires to the tight end. Open space at the 25. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Pulls it in on the right. There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You can tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
What a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball back quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Trojans line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Takes it on the return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Back to throw, it's Underwood. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. The Buckeyes are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
He tries to take the top off. Makes the grab down the left side. Finds a seam. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper was a bolt of lightning, a touchdown pass from 84 yards out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Back to throw, it's Horn. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for him. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Sweet cut there. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He'll try to do it himself. And he avoids the tackle with the slide. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Trojans send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Smith. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ohio State 21.
They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. This is a designed run. Can't get him to the ground. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the fourth quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
They'll move the wide receiver. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. And I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Comes in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Looking to buy time. Running to Green. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Looking for the end zone. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll pull it on the read. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. You just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical, they were faster, and it shows today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Bearcats will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will go on the attack first. And the Buckeyes are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goal post and trying to create some room. And this run won't give them any more room to operate, but at least they avoided the safety. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He might want another play. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. With the catch, it's White. Wide open spaces. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. To the air, it's Underwood. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Catch in the middle, it's White. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Buckeyes are on the move. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw again. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jordan. Shakes off the defender. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Here's a hit. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Shoots it to the left. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover, and defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. The Bearcats offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is how's this off they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches, but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read him some. You know, get the ball out quick. Try to avoid him as much as possible because he has wrecked many a games.
First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Morris. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him.
He'll keep it himself. Finds a little space. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The offense changing the play. Back to pass, it's Underwood. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He'll pull it down and run. Got the first down himself. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires left. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completion started.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in the rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. Fighting off the defender. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, you see all the time this running back has spent in the weight room this offseason. Did you see that stiff arm? He just pile drive that defender into the ground, get off me, and he's able to walk in for the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. That pass is incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Rayner. And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but not before he gets a 1st down at the 35. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Morris. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what of our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
And the Bearcats in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Makes the catch. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Bearcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the fullback. Runs through the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Looking downfield, it's Rayner. Got it in the middle, it's Morris. The Bearcats will move the sticks with the first down. New set of downs after the completion.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Makes the grab on the left. It's a seam wide open. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Sticks it in his belly. He's loose. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Looking to get it in. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Max going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sam Houston. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. The Buckeyes backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. He's going to throw it from his own end zone. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Now facing 2nd and 10 from their own 1, and the defense frothing to keep them bottled up. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Going to try to get it himself. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. So first down will open up the final period. Might be calling a hot route. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Makes the grab. It's Smith. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his...
It's a running room. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Buckeyes are marching down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play at the first.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Snagged out of the air. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He slides that just inside the right upright. Just over a minute to go. Drama is high, guys, to see if they can hold on to this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Rayner. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. The Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Grimes. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You've got to be impressed by what you've seen from this defensive line in the game, because they're getting to the quarterback, they're getting sacks, and when they can't get there, they're putting their arms up and they're batting balls down. So impressive watching this D-line go to work.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Catch in the middle, it's White. At the 20, he's got space. Turning on the Jets. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a two-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt. Two-possession game at this point, right, David? Not a lot of time left, so execution has to be at a premium here.
Yeah, and I probably want to go fast. I want to throw the football. I don't know how many possessions I got left. I got to make them all count.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Rayner. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
QB spicing. No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
He uncorks one deep. Final shot falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams...
Will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. So Ohio State's offense. The Buckeyes buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Give to the back. He breaks a tackle. Gets that thing away from the goal line. He's all the way out to the 7 with a pickup of 6. And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. To the air, it's Underwood. Got his man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. Turning it on. Oh, he's got some space. Made a defender miss. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. To the air on 1st down. using his legs to buy some time. He's going to take off. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. Once he got some room, it was over. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Let me tell you, that opening script was a masterpiece. Send that baby to Hollywood, and it's a blockbuster.
I think so, and A-listers all over the field for this offense. You saw some of the playmakers they've got and the speed. Great job going out and executing on that opening drive.
So Oregon State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is, how's this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches, but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read him some. You know, get the ball out quick. Try to avoid him as much as possible because he has wrecked many a games.
Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
And the Beavers will snap it on first and 10. The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And when you run the counter play, you're really hoping to bust that thing inside. You want to fake one direction, pull a guy, kick him out. But you can tell, great job by the defense making that thing bow. Go a little bit outside. Now, guess what? All the cavalry's coming. Everybody can run to the football. Everybody gets into play. Nice job by the defense.
So first down here as they go back to work. Quickly to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Looking downfield, it's Childs. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
All right, that's when the offensive line has got to be able to communicate and pick up. When that inside linebacker comes running through the A gap or the B gap, those O-linemen, they've got to work together.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. The Beavers will punt it away on fourth down. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From his end zone, he'll go up top. And just let that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And guys, they're not going to give up on picking up the first down, but they also need some breathing room for the punter. Under fire. With the catch, it's Smith. On the move at the 30. Breaks into the open. Oh, he's getting ahead. three. It was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
And he's knocked down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. To throw, it's Child. Here comes the heat. Fires to the right. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. The Beavers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation.
Oh, a lot of space. There he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 39 after a good return on that one. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Beavers want to crank the tempo. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable.
There he goes. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. To the air, it's Childs. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, oof, that would be a fun day.
The Beavers will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Hauls it in at the 40. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion. Wide open spaces. It's a seam wide open. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Childs. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets there. And they get it down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Beavers will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Now on the return. They are penned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's White. He's loose. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Under fire. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
A 10-yard loss on the play. 2nd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 28, Oregon State 0.
It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Fires to the right. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Trying to burn this defensive back. Snags it down the right side. Off and running. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
And the Beavers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Here's the pressure. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
The Beavers need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Goes to the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on third down? I mean, you got third and long, and you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense. And now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Beavers will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looks it in at the 40. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Using the quick game. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, baby.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Looking to throw on first down. He slings it deep to the left. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocked that one right down the middle. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Run it with the fullback. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Unloads it left. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They boot it away on 4th down. Wants to bring it back. Slips through the line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. The Bruins will boot it away to start the game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The Buckeyes offense will have the football first. The Buckeyes are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That's a live ball. Oh, and averts disaster by falling on his own fumble. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down and came up a little short. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. It's a running room. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Turns it on down the left side. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. So UCLA's offense will get the ball for the first time. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking pool.
I think the big question then is, how is this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches, but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read himself. You know, get the ball out quick. Try to avoid him as much as possible because he has wrecked many a games.
Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Oh, they're after him. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the silver bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort, getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Soft spot in the middle. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They punted away on 4th down. Let's see what he can do with it. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Here we go. Break. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Another delay of game penalty. This is just sloppy.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to pass. This time it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Ohio State 7, UCLA 0.
So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. to the air. It's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he never had a chance to pick up the 1st down. Knocked out of bounds, and they'll give up the ball. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. How about this catch and run? He started generating more and more speed the longer he ran.
Yes, it takes a little time to rev that diesel up and get that thing rolling and getting ahead of steam. But once he gets ahead of steam, you better look out. Those little DBs, those DBs become ankle biters. They go straight for the ankles and dive at the feet.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Rides to back and leaves it. Smashes it with the stiff arm. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. They want to run this quarterback.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out and move.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, and you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough.
Here we go. Right. Let's go.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Sends it downfield. He's got it. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
Not much feels better to an offense than to get some breathing room with an explosive play like that. Now 1st and 10 from the 39. And they can't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Nowhere close on that one as he got Will trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Pulls it in, it's Davis. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really...
He stripped it out. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion, like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. And the try is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and will start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They start this 3rd quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive reads.
The Bruins will line up to punt it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Their own end zone, nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. From the gun, the ground game. Showing off the arm. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Second down coming up. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Gonna run it. It's Jordan. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 2024 was a transition year for UCLA. New coach, new schemes. But one surprise was Carson Schlesinger, 3rd in the nation in tackles. He's now in the NFL, David. So what's the big adjustment for this defense?
Well, I tell you what, the team finished strong. And whenever you change coaching staffs, you need that believe, that buy-in moment. Finishing 4-2 down the stretch, I thought was a good thing. So can the defense swarm? Can they game tackle? Who's the next guy in this rotation that's going to step up and make plays?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Buckeyes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Now the play fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davis. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down and one that did not pay off. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bruins! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Extra point here will tie the game. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Smith. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Makes the grab past the marker. Turning on the Jets. Turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown Buckeyes. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great play call there on 4th down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that 4th down play for a touchdown.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UCLA will go back to work on offense. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to pass, it's Bailey. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders. You're in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. This time he's got it. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Nice pitch and catch between the quarterback and fullback. When the defense gives up one to the fullback, it's like somebody stepped on their face with a hobnail boot and broke their nose.
Yeah, and you think fullback, you think block, you think go meet him at the point of attack and hit him, and then all of a sudden he slips by you, a little deception, nice little play action to give him the throw and give him the 1st down.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
And it just doesn't get more dominant than that. One-on-one, me versus you, and there's nothing you can do about it, David. I know that's something you know a lot about based on your time.
Man, fly off the edge, beat the man as quick as you can. There's so many things that have to go right for you to get a sack. The ball has to be coming out a little bit later. But you know what? When you win that fast and that clean off the line of scrimmage, that is how it's done at the highest level for that defensive end.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pulls it in, it's Sargent. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 4th down, going to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, David.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that.
Here we go. Right.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Makes one-man miss. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I think if your offense here, the game boils down to this one play on third down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football.
And I've seen some crazy things with wide receivers. Like, they want the football. They call for it just like he does here. He wants the football, but, man, you've got to make plays. And if you're going to be loud and you're going to be that guy, when the ball comes your way, you got to make plays on it, and he doesn't do it there.
And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Pocket breaking down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Quickly gets everyone set. They up the clock.